Hey, welcome back everyone to Legaia Remade, or whatever I'm calling it. I said I was ready, but then I lost track of where... There we go, I found the right audio track. What did we do last time? Session 44, onward to the Activeshire. Yeah, the red shirts absorb the inactive Saru. Days pass traveling toward Activeshire with Celine, Thaddeus, Cassian, and Spud. More is discussed about the state of the world, the random portals the Saru come through, Celine's missing brother Ash, Elwyn Windrider, and then on the final day of travel, the party is spotted by Steelhide Gnolls, who give chase. Through teamwork, determination, and clever spellcraft, the red shirts evade the Gnolls and make it safely to Activeshire. The townsfolk, busy working hard, welcome the newcomers warmly. Celine peels off to warn the mayor about the dangers of the mist as the human escorts run off to find Thaddeus's wife, who is Cassian's mother. The Yusoki find Elwyn Windrider crocheting outside of her house and introduce themselves. The friendly-looking ancient woman is delighted to see them and their 6 Raw Saru, having been a Saruvian prophet herself. Instead of reacting poorly to non-believers wielding the highly revered Raw Saru, she sees this as all part of the gods' plan and regards the Yusoki adventures as heroes. She invites them all in for tea, with Spud having to stay outside. He's fine. But I also do... several of you might have already seen what I had, what I did. I did do something, apparently. I don't remember doing anything, but I did do something. And I'll show it to you all now. Oh. You might have to scroll around a bit. I know this is a little bit of a visual of current area we've been in and the distance you've gone so far. Note that it does include stuff all the way at the top left and all the way to the left and top right that is kind of out of the immediate area. I also have marked where you guys know that the Genesis trees supposedly were at some point.
Awesome, I love it.
Actually, like the kind of the shape of like the tree locations, it makes me think of like Monster Hunter, kind of like the simplified like runes.
I was doing what I could,
No,
working with what I got.
And then, oh yeah, the Flus River, which has the like wall of mist on the other side of it, right?
True.
Is that actually called the Flus River?
It is. Why do you find that funny? I mean, I think it's funny.
River in German.
It is, yeah, exactly.
Wait, so it's River?
Yeah, I mean, we have so many rivers in the U.S. that are just named after, or like, you know, there's mountains and, you know, rivers everywhere in the world.
Hills.
Yeah, like, I just, I thought that would be funny.
The town of Little Town.
Where is it? All right, hold on. There.
Oh, the mist is moving. Oh, it's really active.
Representation.
Oh god! What the fuck?
All right. Anyway, that ridiculousness out of the way. You're invited inside. Elwyn invites you inside. It's a kind of a cozy little house. she's got a couple chairs, a table. There's it's mostly standing room. She's got a nice rug. Everything seems to be fairly well preserved, but it looks like it was all pretty recently cleaned up. Those of you with really keen vision might see the built up dust between the floorboards and stuff, and the hard to get places like it was abandoned for a long time, but has recently been restored to its cleanliness. And there is a kind of a central on one side of the far side of the house from where you entered. There, the one kind of notable thing in the house that stands out is that she has a really large fireplace.
Like large enough to walk into?
Kind of, yeah, almost. Well, for you guys, yes. It would probably be up to her collarbone, but it's big, and it's probably good 4 or 5 feet wide. You could build a really big fire in here.
Oh, it's like a huge hearth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's more of a hearth than a she invites you in. She says, where are my manners? I must introduce myself to your Saru. Revered Rosaru, it is good to meet you. I am Elwyn Windrider. And your Rosaru kind of go through just giving a brief hello to her. She says, well, make yourselves as comfortable as you can. And she pulls out a chair and she sits. She says, I imagine there's so much for us to talk about.
Oh, yes, and no need to fuss too much. We don't require a lot to be comfortable.
Thank you. I have been alive a long time, and my bones are tired. It is, I believe having the Rosaru myself extended my life quite a bit, but my years are catching up to me now.
Oh, that's
One
right.
thing
She
I
has
don't
one of
know that I've ever heard or know, when you do pass away, what happens to your Rosaru?
Oh, well, if the Rosaru is able, they will detach and find another partner, but usually us Saruvian prophets pass our Rosaru down long before that. Well, let's just say I don't think I can think of a time where a Saruvian prophet has passed away from natural causes without having already given away their Rosaru.
Looking at her, do
Oh.
I see a Rosaru, or is she already given hers away? I know she's retired, so...
As far as you know, she does not have one. You don't see one.
So, did you pass yours down? And if so, who did you give it to? I'm just curious.
She gets kind of a look that looks a little more sad. She says, I passed my Rosaru down to a brilliant young lady who I apprenticed for quite some time here. You haven't happened to run into a kitsune with 3 tails, have you? Oh, red hair.
Wait a second. Have we?
Celine?
No, she's a gray one with 2 tails.
Yeah, that one's gray. That's the only kitsune we've seen so far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, and the ones that are just around town. You've
Oh,
seen a
right.
bunch just kind of walking around.
It's like
Most have
half the
one tail.
population.
Yeah. There's quite a few that have two tails. It seems like most of them have one tail.
Didn't we walk by and see like a young kitsune like manifesting a second tail or something?
Yeah, you saw a sweet moment between a mother and her kind of tween daughter with excited to have her second tail.
Yeah. Okay. No, we haven't come across one that matches that description yet.
What was her name?
Oh, her name is Yumi. Yumi Summerstream. A brilliant young woman. Wise beyond her years, so kind. Such a big heart. Excellent spellcaster. Very proficient, very quick study, and very devout. But also curious and, and critical. She's got a good mind on her.
How do you spell her first name?
I will type it.
NPC pulls out a keyboard.
This is a little bit of Saru tech.
She does have one. Aha!
It's just one U. I mean, I imagine there is a character. I will tell you this. I imagine there's a character out there that has that name, but this was not named after a different character. So any any similarities might be coincidental.
This feels like a disclaimer at the beginning of a movie.
Yeah.
No,
Like she
it's
rattles
a-
off like any relation to actual existing people that you've already met is unrelated.
Like the beginning of South Park.
Yeah.
No Kitsune were harmed in the making of this campaign. Actually,
Ratfolk, on the other hand,
tons.
we don't talk about it.
But yes, we haven't seen her. Of course, she left the town before the mist arrived. But I'm unsure of her fate, and we haven't seen her since it has cleared up.
Well, we will make sure to keep our eyes peeled. We plan on. This is not our last stop. This is our second, I guess. We also stopped at Clarinon.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are the gnomes doing?
They're doing well. They got away from the mist by living up in the trees for the past 20 years. So
They're
then
thriving in their own way.
yeah, I would go on and explain everything to her that we know.
They always were a little quirky.
Yeah, that's a facet of that.
I've met people from all over the known world. I'm no stranger to the gnomes.
They have an ingenuity to them that is remarkable, to be sure.
Very, very adaptable people. Do you know many kitsune or humans or halflings?
To be honest, I think this is the first time most, if not any of us, have seen a kitsune was today.
Yeah.
They're fascinating people. Do you know about their tails?
We really don't know anything about them at all.
They have multiple. Like, is it special?
Yes, they're nature magic is like they are like so close to the planet, and nature magic is just in their blood, and kitsune that hone their skills with magic, grow more tails the more proficient they are.
So it's like a physical representation of the progress of their skill.
Yes, it seems to be a bit of a double-edged sword. You don't want to wear your proficiency on your sleeve necessarily, but it does give them a bit of respect amongst those that know to look for the multiple tails.
What's the most tails a kitsune has ever had?
It is somewhat of a legendary thing amongst most people. Most people haven't seen this per se, but it is said that the most tails that any kitsune has ever had was 9.
Oh.
9-tailed fox.
That's a lot of tails.
That's a lot of tails.
We
I
had
feel like that
one.
would require a lot of brushing.
Oh,
That'd be a lot of brushing. So much
imagine the
cleaning.
upkeep is terrible. I imagine, there's probably some nature magic for that.
I cast brush tail 9 times.
9 first level spell slots every day.
Alright, well, time to take a long rest to get my... It was like 9 a.m.
Besides Saru, has there been any like religious idols or indications since we've been here? Besides Saruvian.
Are you saying this out loud, or are you just asking me?
I'm asking if you noticed anything.
Not really. No, you've seen very little of any kind of religious. Like typically you'd expect to only see Saruvian, of course, or maybe you imagine there might be eclipsing, symbols, but other than that, it seems. You wouldn't imagine you would see any like the ones that Bree is sporting. No, you don't see any. You don't really even see any. You haven't seen any Saruvian symbols either. What else? Let me actually read my notes for once. But yes, I passed my Rasaru on to Yumi. I miss her dearly, and I hope she's well.
The Rasaru does have some protective qualities against the mists, so her chances are better than most.
That is good to know. Yes, this mist, so strange. I do vaguely remember the mist. I remember I ran outside. There was screaming, shouting. I heard combat in the distance. I ran to try to. Ran is a generous word for what I did, but I tried to move in the direction. I did what I could. I don't tend to prepare a lot of offensive spells anymore. Life had been pretty quiet up until that point, but I did what I could, and the rest is a bit of a blur. I believe maybe something was flying overhead. I don't remember it from before, but we all woke up and there was this kind of purple material, shrew material, all around us. It was covering the houses, the gardens, the paths. It was covering basically the whole town, but within an hour or two, it sort of steamed off and disappeared.
And that was when everyone came to, you said?
Yes, it was quite cold. We all seemed to be in fairly decent health, but we quickly got to work warming everyone up and dipping into food stores that hadn't gone bad. Those that were capable went hunting immediately. We were lucky to find that the wildlife in the area was, well, let's just say there's more hunting. Hunting was easy.
It was abundant.
Yes, thank you. That was a good word for it. And in fact, it seemed that some of the wildlife had even gotten accustomed to just wandering through town. I imagine in those 20 years, there's no people here to scare them off, I suppose.
Might, at first, I thought that maybe being asleep for 20 years was more of a curse, but being kind of protected and sleeping through the the mist for 20 years seems kind of more like a blessing at this point.
At this point, I may agree with you, but it was... Well, no one really remembers too much, but there does seem to be a lot of recollection of very similar dreams of being trapped in a darkness with no sound, no light, and no feeling. People recall attempting to call out to their loved ones endlessly, with unable to even hear their own voices.
Calling into a void. Did it seem like these dreams lasted for that long, or was it
felt like an eternity?
Are there many other, say, mystics or others that in this town that dabble in magics? It seems odd now that I think about it, saying that, considering it seems the Kitsune have an inherent magic to them almost.
Oh, of course, yes. Plenty of mystics and druids to be found amongst the Kitsune. It's almost a traditional thing.
And yet nobody knows what seems to have caused the great slumber, or the residual Saru on the buildings.
Yes, it seemed to affect us all, human, halfling, and Kitsune alike.
You said you saw something flying over. Do you have any sense of what it was? Even just size, color, anything?
This feels silly to say. Only one thought comes to mind, but it has to be an impossibility. But
Try us.
Could have sworn it was a white dragon.
We have seen a white dragon.
Was it a white or blue dragon?
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
I think ours was white, wasn't it?
I thought it was
Or
blue.
was it blue?
I think I have blue.
I thought it was blue and used ice stuff.
Oh.
It was mostly white with blue accents.
Ah, okay.
and a big blue Saru-like growth.
Oh, is it like the blue
Kinda
crystal
on of
kind of
its-
thing?
Yeah, very, very similar to Lex's.
Okay. So yeah, like Rishford's gonna look over at like at Bree,
Yeah.
just like concerned.
Yeah,
Well,
Bree is very curious because.
I guess it seems he
there's
might
so
have
many
come this
questions.
way.
Well, that was before. That was 20 years ago. Something flew over,
Well-
and then the purple came.
Was that 20 years ago when that happened, or is she speaking of after they woke up?
That was during the attack when the
Oh,
mist first showed
okay.
up.
Gotcha.
So Bree's first thought, and she would discuss this with everyone later, not in front of Elowen, is that possibly they flew over and cast some kind of protective spell or dropped some kind of, like firefighters dropping the powder on fires type thing. Like they dropped the purple goo or whatever
Yeah.
to protect
Or
the village.
either
But
that,
now-
or maybe it's a reaction to that danger of them flying over. Maybe.
Yeah, or the flying over was somehow what was responsible for the mist, and the purple stuff had nothing, or was something else entirely.
I mean, kind of like the dragon was a harbinger.
Yeah, but there's so many questions still. Was it the same dragon? Was it because I don't.
Are there
know
more
much about
legendary beasts that we
dragons.
haven't seen in thousands of years?
Well, I mean, it could be like the son or daughter of the original 20-year-old dragon. But dragons probably live forever. All these questions are just running through Bree's mind, like she's, but what if this, but this?
We're definitely getting more questions than answers right now.
Oh, for sure.
Could mean a lot of things.
Of course, I am sure you were under the same impression before you saw a dragon that there were none left, or that they had disappeared long ago. So it is, well, I don't know if it's comforting or not to know that I wasn't imagining things.
Definitely is very odd and likely not a coincidence. And nobody saw anything when the town came to. Somebody would have said something, right?
Yes, we all seem to be left to our, left alone.
Very interesting.
Afterwards. But yes, I don't know that anyone else had seen the dragon beforehand either. Young lady, that is such a cute little rat you've got there. As she addresses Lute and Saeed.
Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Oh, and he can talk. Wonderful. That jewel on his forehead. What is that?
I think a topaz.
Yes. I can't help but think that it looks Ceruvian.
You want to touch it?
I mean, if I may, sure. Yeah, it's fine with me. I mean, if it's if it's cool with Luke.
Yeah, sure.
All right. She puts her hand out and she touches it, and her eyes go white, and her head jolts back, and she starts to shake, and you start to smell burning. as she shakes a bit, and
All of us are loot.
everyone,
Oh, okay.
like anyone who is near her, she seems to be burning. Like you smell like it's like a it's not a bad burning, like a, you know, it's not like hair and skin. It smells like a, you know, like a good like pine, like burning, like it's a pleasant wood burning smell.
Rispert is like passively channeling because they're like, "Oh shit, should I put them out?" Like,
and she and but only for a few seconds, and then she stops and she goes, ah,
are you okay?
oh, oh wow. I apologize if I startled any of you. I I have a bit of a curse. um oof. Oh, I've got to sit down. She sits down, and she's kind of sweating a bit now. Oh, I apologize. You see, I'm an oracle, and I had a bit of a vision just now. You met Eden.
Eden?
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
Rosaru Eden.
You knew Eden?
I did. And I knew her partner very well.
It's bad news
Partner.
for her partner.
Right. I imagine it doesn't bode very well for her.
Oh.
But it seems Eden has left a piece of herself with your familiar. That's interesting.
Kind of was a moment of duress, and Eden saved us. At least if I'm remembering correctly, that's what happened.
I see. Where is Eden now?
That's a great question.
I imagine if she left a piece of herself that, well, it's not something I've ever encountered before.
So you don't know anything about it?
Well, this is very strange.
Until Eden, we had never even met a raw Saru. None of us even knew. Did Bree even know they existed?
I don't think any of you did.
Yeah, the most anybody would have known at the time, I think, was that Saru existed and were like useful constructs, essentially. Like the whole raw Saru thing, I think that was the first any of us had heard about it whenever we were introduced.
I think maybe some of you would have known that there were like more powerful Saru that like you would have known that there were more powerful Saru that like high-level Saruvian priests would have had. You didn't necessarily know what they were called or what they could do or anything like that.
So Eloin, what was Eden's partner's name?
Oh, well, I'm a little embarrassed to say, but give me a moment. It's kind of slipped my mind. Was it Brianna? No. Was it Bruna? Bruna Mossmantle. Yes, that's right. She was a wonderful woman. I met her plenty of times on various occasions.
Where is she from?
Oh, she was from the Kazrundor Dominion.
Was
I'm
she
sorry.
a
Kazrundor Union.
was she a dwarf then?
She was, yes. Yes, delightful, a delightful dwarf. She was very, was confident but kind. She was kind and nice but not outspoken. And Eden, what a wonderful Rossperu. I believe with the domains of life and nature, rejuvenation, it made Bruna quite the healer.
Yeah.
Eden was responsible for saving our lives and rejuvenating us back to existence, so that makes sense.
I worry that an act that sounds as tremendous as you're speaking of cost Eden their life, I imagine.
That is what it seems. We have not seen Eden since.
The number of Rossru dwindle, eternally dwindled.
So there's no baby Rossaru?
Occasionally, that is true. Occasionally, new Rossuru were discovered over time, but it had been quite some time since the last ones were discovered. It was theorized that more existed somewhere, but not that we knew. It was kind of a tenet of the Ceruvian faith not to ask too many questions or to go looking for them. They were always intended to, to become known when they were needed.
Oh, and do all Rosaru kind of look like ours?
So to speak, they tend to have a more of a glamorous look to them with the gemstones, various colors, not as crude looking as a lot of Saru can look.
Do you know anything about like crystalline Rosaru?
Oh, ones that seem to be completely crystalline. No, I don't suppose that I have ever run into ones like that.
Let's see.
Looking around her house, do I see any, like, books?
Did you say books?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Yeah, she's got books.
Do they look like languages that I could read?
Yeah, a lot of them look like they're just in common, but there are ones as you kind of look through that are written in Ceruvian.
Okay. Hey guys, how long do we plan on staying here in Idleshire? I'd like to spend some time. If it is okay with Elowin, I will request to possibly read some of your books. We have so little information and we know so little, and everything that we learn is a benefit to us.
I mean, we got to figure out kind of the fog or the mist situation going on here, anyways. So Yeah.
You gotta talk to
Definitely.
the mayor, find somewhere to stay.
Yeah, we gotta like let them know of the danger of the mist so they can have like a emergency evacuation plan in place in case they have to, flee like southeast towards Chloronon.
Maybe set up some trade
Oh,
deals
yeah,
or
that too.
whatever. Maybe like 3 to 5 days.
We could
Well, I'm-
we could probably also take like a representative with us back towards Chloronon if we had that direction. Or I mean, I guess if they're familiar with the land still, like they could send an expedition out towards Chloronon and Rakana to establish that.
Yeah. I know Celine went to talk to the mayor to warn of the fog,
Oh, that's right.
but probably the mayor will probably want to talk to us, get a first-hand accounting. And you're right, we do need to find a place to stay. Elowen, would you be okay with me reading some of your books? I can read them here in your home if you don't want to let them out of your sight.
Oh, of course. Yes, if you would like to, yes, anytime you want to come by and read some of my books, any information you could glean, of course.
Excellent.
Anything that would be of use to you.
Bree's just going to go over and kind of look at the books and decide kind of which ones that she would like to read. And we can discuss that later. You can just kind of give me a brief synopsis of what I find.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. She says, I do have one bit of literature that I think you would be interested in. And she goes to next to the books. There's also like a pile of scrolls, and she kind of digs through and she grabs one. She pulls it out, and she says, "This scroll is somewhat proprietary to knowledge amongst the Ceruvians, but I think we are in desperate times." And I would like to give it to you. And
What does it say?
she undoes it and opens it up. She says, it is a ritual that can bring people back from the dead.
Whoa.
Bree would read it, and just for my knowledge, once Bree reads it, would she know who could do this kind of thing? Could it be anybody? Like, what is required?
I will show you.
A sacrifice. 10 children.
They changed the name on me. What's it called? Because it's not Raised Dead anymore, apparently. You know what it's called?
Resurrect.
Resurrect?
I just looked up Pathfinder 2e Revive and
Oh,
Resurrect.
dang it. There was like another pop-up under that didn't load all of them.
Yeah, I couldn't remember off the top of my head either. I was looking.
There you go. The Resurrect Ritual.
Woohoo!
So it takes 1 day to cast. Costs gemstones so gemstones actually is going to be Ceruvian Ceru material. Just straight money for you guys. Worth a total value of 75 gold pieces times the target's level. Yeah. Expensive. The primary check. So you've got one person who is making the primary check, and they are going to be making a religion check. Now, anybody or other up to 2 other people can help with it with society or medicine checks. It targets one dead creature up to 10th level, but it can actually be higher level, but there's other stipulations. Anyway, if you're successful, or if you're critically successful, then you return them back to life with full hit points and same spells prepared and points in their pools as they had when they died. Still suffering from many long-term debilitations of the old body. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, some other stuff.
Oh, when you said that, in my head, I imagined it was like, hey, you brought back your friend that was cleaved in half. He's still suffering from being cleaved in half. But I was like, wait, no, debilitating stuff like having a bad knee or something.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Okay. It was very absurd in my head the way that played out at first.
Does the primary person have to be trained in that check? I forget.
Yes. They have to at least be an expert.
Expert.
In religion.
Okay.
Yes.
Is this something that is just like a ritual, like not one of us needs to actually have the spell, or should I put this?
You can just, somebody can put it in their inventory if they want. The
Resurrect scroll.
Resurrect ritual scroll. This doesn't get used up or anything. You can do this as many times as you want, as long as you have the.
So it's just instructional.
Yeah, it's just an instruction. Yeah. If you fail, your attempt is unsuccessful. If you critically fail, the something goes horribly wrong. An evil spirit possesses the body. The body transforms into a special kind of undead, or some worse fate befalls the target. Yeah.
Oh.
That's fun.
Is anyone here a master? I mean, expert in religion?
I think I'm something. I'm definitely something. Let me check.
I'm only trained.
I am a trained. But I think that next time I'm going... I probably will be more than... Is anyone more than trained?
No. Oh, I'm not.
I have a plus 12 to religion. Does anyone have more than a plus 12?
14.
Really?
It's always the quiet ones.
Apparently our family was religious. At least had knowledge of religion. Me and Kaduka did spend a lot of time in the library.
Well, yeah, you guys can coordinate or whatever. Who wants to? If you guys want to pump up your religion,
I'm putting it in my. I'm putting the scroll in my thing. So.
What if we make an acrobatics-based religion check?
You can do that at a -10 because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But anyway, she says, you, she looks at you, Risprit. She says, what? I feel like I have some connection with you.
You do?
Why does the word tea kettle come to mind?
Have you been looking through my things?
Do you have a tea kettle?
Maybe. Like Crispin is kind of like has like kind of their hand on their like pack, just like.
I am neither inclined nor capable of stealing anything from anyone at this point in my life, so don't worry about that.
How did you know about our tea kettle?
Can I see it?
Sure. Crispin gets it out and kind of like takes off the kind of like the like cloth wrap they like put around it.
Yes, I remember. I remember seeing this when two Yusoki came to me and asked me if I knew anything about it.
Oh, Tuyusoki.
Yes, a man and a woman.
Whoa. How long ago was that?
Over 20 years ago, apparently, but maybe a few years before that.
This was the only thing my parents left to me.
So your
We didn't
parents
have a
then-
lot.
Interesting. Do if you'd like, I could try to divine something about it.
Oh, yes, please. As long as it's not going to be damaged in the process.
No. But I am a little worn out from my unexpected and forced divination from earlier. How about you come back some night this week? It would be easier at night.
We do
Oh.
plan on staying a while. Do you know of a place that maybe an empty cabin or an inn or?
Oh yes, of course. I'm sure. Talk to the mayor, and the mayor will have a good grasp on, what is free and available. We for sure that this town actually has multiple inns. It is quite a we were quite a destination for trade in the swing of things.
Does
That's
that
good.
mean
Well-
you're a destination for food as well?
I'm feeling hungry. Are you? Of course. I'm sure somebody's cooking up something somewhere.
Well, we'll give you our leave for now. We'll let you rest, but we definitely plan on being back. I'd like to read a bunch of those books.
Of course. Come on
Did you
by.
have a library here in Activeshire?
I don't believe there was anything spectacular, but there might be a library. I believe there's a small one.
I'll ask the mayor about it.
Yes, that would be. In fact, I think it's attached to the mayoral office.
Understood.
Oh.
All right. Please rest well, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yes, I'm going to take a long nap. This has all been very exciting, and I am quite exhausted now.
Oh. Yes, we'll definitely rest up. If you feel overexerted or anything like that, let us know and we might be able to I suppose rejuvenate would be the right word, not heal.
I appreciate that. It's been nice meeting all of you, and you, Rasaru, as well. I hope you all enjoy the town. The people are very friendly.
She was nice. Like I should say to the rest of them as we leave.
Yeah.
She was. That was a lot of information for us and her. And now
She
we're about
does.
to go get more. To the mayor?
Oh yes, she does know a lot about many different things.
Yes.
As you head to the mayor's office, you get a lot more waves, and you see people like fixing stuff and making things. A lot
We
of
stop and ask a random
mouse
person,
swiping.
which way to the mayor's office?
People are they give you these kind of somewhat ridiculous instructions sometimes. You get better instructions from the humans. The halflings a lot of times will be like, yeah, duck under that bench over there and then just like crawl back that way. And the humans will be like, take the next right when you get down to the corner.
It's some disparity between the directions we're getting here.
People are you do smell people cooking stuff up. There are vendors that are cooking things up that are so excited to see you come through. They normally have so much more foot traffic coming through. At this point, everybody kind of just getting out of survival mode. They just feed you. It seems that everybody's kind of just pitching in to, run the town, get everything, make sure everybody has everything they need.
Like we're spirit tell the rest could be like, oh, I wonder if there's like a kitsune food vendor. Like I wonder what kitsune food is like. Is it like spicy? Is it sweet?
Yeah, there's
Is it magical?
As you look around, yeah, they've got like there is a kitsune food vendor that you see who seasons. Just it looks like there's a ton of seasoning that goes into this stuff. All kinds of like herbal like spices. That they tell you that they grew themselves. You see, they've got two tails. They said they tend to garden. The seasoning's kind of like their forte. They've done all these things, convincing the plants to like combine and create like new seasonings. Like you get all these flavor, profiles that you've never tasted before. This person's like basically genetically like splicing like multiple different types of like seasonings together where they can.
My God, somehow they combine cilantro and habanero.
I call it slabanero.
Oh, no.
No.
Just come up with that on the spot.
Well, I hate that.
My daughter says it's a terrible idea.
It's awful. It tastes like soapy lava.
Yeah, Bree's just gonna have some like meat on a stick or something.
Whispered's going for the exotic stuff. Imagine like the way you described it with just like overwhelming like amounts of seasoning and stuff like definitely it's like seasoning heavy and everything makes me think of like Indian food, how it's like all about the spice. Not like heat level, but just the like intensity of the flavor.
Yeah, it's like you get the talking to them, you get the idea, the feeling that like it's just really easy for them to get like seasonings. Like they've just kind of being in the center of trade for this part of the world, that everything's just kind of like coming through all the time. So they've had plenty of time to accumulate all kinds of different seeds and stuff, and then on top of that, using their druidic magics to like kind of combine stuff and like refine it in different ways.
Yeah. Fascinating.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, we do make it to the mayor's office, I assume. Though.
Yeah, you make it to the mayor's office, and there's a human man who is like kind of shelving some books, and he says, "Oh, welcome. You here to see the mayor? I heard you might be coming."
Yeah, this is we call ourselves the Red Shirts.
Oh, great. Well, go on in. I think he's expecting you as well.
All right, I'll walk in.
You go up to the door, and you hear, behind the door.
Hurry up, gang! The mayor's in trouble.
I would not.
Like we opened the door and we hit him, or and he's behind
No,
the door.
you hear that right before you open the door. You open the door and you're looking at a room. It's like a normal kind of office room. On the other side, about 2/3 way into the room, there's a big desk. It's got like a bunch of stacks of scrolls and parchment, and you don't see anybody from where you're sitting there right there. But you heard somebody.
Who's there? Is it a ghost?
I'd like go look behind a desk or something.
The
Yeah,
mayor's
you
office
kind of
is
like
haunted.
look around, and there's just like there's a halfling man who is like sitting in a chair, his legs kind of dangling, and he's just like you couldn't see him from the door because of the pile of like papers and scrolls, and he kind of like pushes like them aside, and he says, "Oh, you them there red shirts?
Yes.
Good.
Oh, good. I could use a break. I hate paperwork. I just wish I was out there just working with my hands. Why did I ever become mayor? It was a terrible idea.
Why
You're
did
not
you?
trying to get
I
us to do
don't
that
know.
paperwork, are you?
Will you?
No.
I mean, if you're good at paperwork, I hate this stuff. It's terrible.
Unless, wait, is Trunks really good at paperwork? Trunks, are you good at paperwork?
I mean, Bree's
I-
probably
You
decent.
look
I
like
can
you
write
got
some
a good
letters.
nose for paperwork.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I figured I'd my brother, he got into politics, and then it just like, I don't know, he kind of talked me into it. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'll be mayor of Activeshire, and then I did, and now I'm like, why'd I do that?
Because you could.
I guess.
Yeah, that's what I hear from most mayors.
I
Yeah.
don't think the mayor of Rakanaw loves it really either, but they haven't had that much to really. I mean, Rakanaw is a pretty small island.
I mean, I don't know, like, I'm not sure if it was worse before or after the mist, because like before it was like all these people in and out, all these, and now it's like, well, now there's just a ton of work to do. You got to get this place, I mean, we're doing pretty good. Like people are, working the keisters off.
I feel like maybe it's a little bit more difficult now that you're trying to reestablish a town after it's been dormant for 20 years.
You get it. It's tough. It's tough. We didn't have, we woke up and it's like, well, gee, we don't have any like there's no beer anywhere. We had like some liquor. We had enough liquor to get us through till we could ferment the beer.
Did we have like a rat gana or like a rat folk specific like drink on the island? Was there some kind of like a berry beer or something like that we brewed?
I like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Because we were foraging the whole time and basically surviving on what we could get out of the woods, so it makes sense that we'd find the like most abundant thing we could and try to find a way to make a beer out of it or booze.
Absolutely. Yeah, you guys you definitely had alcohol.
Wasn't there like an apple orchard on the island?
Yeah, you had orchards. You had you did have some agriculture, some like wheat and things like that, wheat and rice and all that.
We might even had just like a cider.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We probably had ciders.
You didn't bring none of that rat folk cider with you.
Not this time, but I'm sure that trade has been established between Rakanaw and Clarinon, and I'm sure between Clarinon and Activeshire we can get some trade going again.
I mean, we got spices. We're pulling in lots of wheat now, lots of bread. It's a big thing around here. We got veggies coming in, corn. I'm sure there's all kinds of things that we could get to your people.
There's definitely a lot that I'm sure our towns can benefit from each other.
Yeah, meats, furs, you just send over the cider,
I think maybe a big hurdle might be the Wait, what are they called? The
The
stone?
Stonehide?
The Stonehides.
Oh yeah, I've been
To the
hearing. Yeah,
east.
I don't know what they're up to. They haven't come to town. We have been watching out for them.
Do you have anyone in town that used to trade with them?
You know, there's not no, unfortunately. There we had people that were part of the community, but they are all people that lived on the outskirts. You know, the people that lived in the little hamlets and you know, in the area. You know, farmsteads. Stonehides never came this close to Activeshire, and unfortunately, most of the people that lived outside of the town proper didn't make it back.
Right, it's been 20 years since the mist, so who knows where they fled
Yeah.
to, if they fled.
Or if they just died?
It's either the cold or the monsters. You know, we barely survived as a town, you know, but, you know, we only survived because we, you know, banded together and, you know, made sure we did, you know?
Yeah. Definitely strength in numbers has been the only thing keeping, like, our people alive.
For sure, for sure. I always respected the Yosoki people. For sure. You folk are all right. Where is my manners, though? I did not even introduce myself. My name's Eamon. Eamon Thorne.
Oh, hello, Eamon. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Celine told me all about y'all.
Ah.
Y'all got them fancy surus like Elwyn does. Or did.
Yes, we do have Rosary.
Pass it on to that girl Yumi. Haven't seen her. I imagine Elwyn told you an earful. She loved that girl.
Yeah, we definitely will have to keep an eye out for this Yumi, because we haven't come across anyone that meets that description yet.
But what is it I can do for you folks? I mean, trade for sure. Yeah, let's, you know, show me where to sign. You know, you know, I'm raring to get that going. Anything I can do for you?
Yeah, several things. One, the direction of an inn. We would like to stay here for a little while, and
of course. Where's that map? He starts like digging through. He's like just pushing giant piles of like scrolls onto the floor, and they're like rolling around. And he jumps up on the table and is like digging through them, and he's like, here it is. Here's what we got. He like unfolds the map and he shows you like, here's a town. Here we got people living here. Unfortunately, these places over here on the northern side of town did not, well, those folks didn't wake up with the rest of us. They nowhere to be seen. I don't know, something to do with I don't know. It seemed like all the folks that were missing that lived in the town proper were all on the outskirts, you know, Floof side.
where the mist still is.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Closest to the mist.
Closest to, yeah. So we don't know if there was something to do with because they got hit first kind of thing.
Looking at the map, is the side of town where he just mentioned, is the town like, is the town more like circular or kind of like amorphous, like shaped? Like is that like an outcropping from the rest of town kind of thing?
You know, it is pretty circular. You know, they kind of did the thing where you can see on the map where the various wards are, where kind of like, you know, the town started here and they had a wall, And
Okay,
then,
and it just kind of
and
expanded
then they like
radially.
expanded, and and the wall just kind of, and then there will be like a bump over here, but then it's like, so they expanded over here a little bit, and then over here,
And it like rounds
and you
off.
can kind of, yeah, but it's pretty round, just kind of like shortest distance, so nobody's not, doesn't have to walk, too far to get to city center or whatever.
Right. Okay.
The mayor's office is quite a bit, it's like it's not that far from the river, actually.
Okay.
Because the town started on the river and then kind of grew away from it, from what you can tell.
All right.
Looking around the mayor's office, any of these scrolls or anything look like something that would give us any information, or does this all look like political red tape paperwork?
Yeah, it's mostly like, I need this many bushels of wheat, if we're gonna do this, whatever cook off, and for this month, I'm gonna need these this much corn to feed the livestock, and I can, I should have this many. Whatever, they're like, we started raising this many cows, because we found 20 cows total. We penned them up, because like you're like getting as you're just kind of eyeing over, you're seeing people that are just like, all my cows disappeared. Obviously, like I had to go find, like, we found some cows out there, like just like living, so we just like grabbed them and brought them back, and they're just trying to get everything back together.
We're seeing the unsorted like documents, as if like somebody had a terabyte of Excel spreadsheets that are in physical form.
Exactly. And this little guy's like pulling his hair out.
I don't think Bree's going to ask to read any of this then. I think she's pretty much just going to stick with Elowen's book.
Yeah, this
paperwork
gives anxiety.
From us, Mr. Mayor, Eamon.
Oh yeah, thanks for asking. Is there something I should? I don't know. I kind of do farm stuff.
I mean, other than what we told Celine, I don't.
Well, I mean, here, like, I guess, if I dig down, and I am a little worried about my brother. I think I did mention him. He lived in Grainhaven, across the Floose, and a few weeks to the west, capital city, Amberfield.
Yeah, there's a tree there. There's a
I mean, there's lots of trees there.
Genesis tree.
Special tree.
One of them. Yeah. Okay, yeah, one of them big trees. Yeah. A lot of towns got built around them trees, from what I know.
We do plan on visiting all the Genesis trees. We will look for your brother when we go there, for sure. But
All right.
I think that will be a little while. We want to stay in Activeshire for probably at least a week or so. Maybe we can send a message back. Or do you have like a police or security force here?
Oh yeah, we got guards. They're posted up. They're keeping eye out for monsters. And this mist now, I suppose. And Stonehide. Yeah, it's one of the things I was just grappling with. I probably gotta get more of them. Get some more people trained up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's no one who would speak Stonehide, Coyote.
Colo. I think
Yeah.
I think it's called Colo. Yeah. No, I mean, I believe maybe some of the Kitsune could manage it, wiggle their fingers a little bit, and I could speak to birds and stuff. I can't imagine they can't speak to some of them hyena people.
If we were to talk to a Kitsune who might know which kitsune could potentially speak to the Stonehide, who would that be?
Yeah, I'd look for Celine again. I mean, I imagine she'll be around. Definitely talk to her. She'll know. Um, yeah. So where is your next destination after you kind of like figure out what you're doing here? You gonna? I mean, like, I think it would be, personally, my brother aside, I think it would be kind of important to try to find out what happened to the capital city of the country.
Yeah, Grainhaven is definitely one of the top destinations.
It'll definitely be dangerous if
Yeah.
it's a capital. Likely, there's probably a lot of Saru there.
Well, and it's covered. We're gonna have to walk through the mist the entire way there. We haven't actually done that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only
I
time
mean,
we've been in the mist was when it was getting repelled, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right. So, yeah, we know there's mist on the west side of the Floose. Toward Grainhaven. There's mist also going up to Iron Peak and to the east, as far as we know. Actually, no, he doesn't say that. He says, we have no idea. I mean, we imagine there's like maybe mist out to the east. Some people think that's why the Stonehides are this far west. But like, what happened with them? Like this whole mist thing.
They might
Right.
be just as desperate as everyone else. They may just need help.
Yeah. And I mean, hey, yeah, obviously, if you could take care of the capital, you figure out what's going on there, that'd be great. Kang and all, and they've got armies and stuff, so that if anyone survived like the mist, like maybe Grainhaven's all right, but maybe they can't get to us. I don't know. Maybe everything's fine over that way. Who knows? But you could talk some sense into the Stonehides to see what the hell they want. People stop like freaking out every time they see them, which I mean, as they should. I ain't gonna go toe to toe with them. So if you want to travel out eastward and try to figure out what they want, but also if you found your way northward to Iron Peak and figured out what happened to them, that'd be great because we're running out of iron. We had, we were lucky that it seemed like a shipment that was outbound got here, and was here when the mist, came. Otherwise, we'd be kind of like, tools and stuff. It'd be pretty hard going, and we're going to run out at some point. Iron Peak was our source of metal.
Okay.
So
yeah, considering we were chased towards town by the Stonehides, that might be a bit more of a higher priority thing to get taken care of. Because if they don't normally come out this way and they were willing to chase us almost all the way to town, it might be an issue.
I think we need to try to find someone who can possibly translate for us. And I think we should try to go talk to the Stonehides. But not today.
Today we rest.
Well,
Yeah.
Today we go around the town. We find out information. We just want to know everything we can. And I look to Loot, and I'm like, and potentially send a message to someone in Chlorinon or Rakanaw about the fact that Activeshire is here and open for trade.
Okay.
You guys coming by the Flustered Duck later?
Sure.
It's
I don't know
just
what that
not
is, but we'll
ours,
find
it's
it.
just an actual duck.
It's like a statue in the middle of town.
They're like, well, there it is.
Ah. That's the duck.
Yeah, you'll come on by. Have some drinks, and people be glad to see you.
Is there a way we can have maybe tomorrow a kind of town hall, or would that be the Flustered Duck? Because it would probably be smart to tell everybody about the mist and all this information and give them a chance to ask questions kind of all at the same time, so that we're not having to answer the same questions.
Yeah.
times.
That's a good idea. Yeah, of course. I thought of that, and I think that is also a good idea. So I'm glad we're on the same page. So let me I'll talk to some people. We'll get that going.
So is that going to be at the Flustered Duck tonight, or will that be tomorrow? Or
Oh no, we won't be able to get everybody in the Flustered Duck. It's kind of a little more of a small person place.
okay.
Yeah. Tall folks, they're a little cramped in there.
Okay. Yeah, we're small, aren't we? That's fair. Bree's a little uncomfortable because of the Yosoki. She's kind of like taller and bigger, but
You'll fit just fine. But he points out a few houses. He says, if y'all want to just like stay there, you can. Or if you want to, there's some inns in the area. It's up to you if you what you'd rather prefer.
I would
want your
love to stay in the house.
Yeah, if you want some space, some more privacy, just like I said, these three houses there. I suppose be respectful, but not really. I don't believe anybody coming to claim them.
we would absolutely be respectful.
All right then.
Yeah, we definitely won't throw a rat rager in there.
Now we'll just go to the Flustered Duck for that.
There you go. All right. Well, I guess I gotta get back to this paperwork.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, I guess we head to the houses.
All right. Yeah, you find so leaving the mayor's office and kind of walking that way, you get around the side of the mayor's office, and you notice the mayor's office is kind of sitting. It's on a little bit of a raised part of, they kind of found like the highest part of this kind of area of the town to put down the mayor's office, and you look out and you can see this beautiful blue river sparkling, just on the edge of town, flowing south. And then as your eyes meet the horizon, an ominous mist, wall of mist at the edge of the river.
Okay.
Can't say I particularly missed that sight.
No. I am curious, though. What's gonna happen when we go in there with our raw Saru? I wouldn't mind going and checking it out real quick. How big is this river? Like, can we just kind of wade across it, or is there bridges?
Oh no, it's like the Mississippi.
Okay, so is there bridges?
No. It is. There is a dock. You can see on the other side there was quite a bit of an extensive dock that ran, hundreds of feet of dock for river-bound ships or boats, and it's the same thing on both sides of the river.
And the mist is only on one side.
Yeah.
And we know the river goes all the way up to Iron Peak.
Yep.
So we could potentially take a boat up to Iron Peak.
Iron Peak, you could take a boat up to where the mountains start in Iron Peak.
But most of the way there.
You could take a boat most of the way there, yeah.
Interesting. But we don't see any boats necessarily.
There's some boats.
If only we knew how to use a boat.
So what is it like? So like a lot of times going upriver, boats would actually employ having like horses or oxen or some kind of beast of burden that would actually drag them like upriver. Going south a little easier. You just kind of float along.
Yeah, so it will be a little bit of a challenge.
Yeah. Does anyone
Unless we want to like exhaust ourselves trying to row up a particularly strong river.
Wait, Loot, you have water walk now. Do you think we could get across the river with her water walk ability, or would that not be far, or would it be too far?
Oh yeah, how long does that
It's
last?
10 minutes, isn't it?
It's 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure you could make it.
Like sprinting across the river before it kicks out.
Loot has multiple water walking abilities.
Ooh.
Oh.
Do we want to try to get across the river, or maybe not today?
Do we have a way to get back if something goes?
Can she use the spell twice potentially?
I
Otherwise, we can try
have
to take a boat.
You get the risk of
20
losing.
minutes worth of water walking.
Nice.
Can you do it in multiple? Does it 20 consecutive minutes or 10 consecutive and 10 consecutive?
I don't know the difference between what you just said.
Does it have to be all in the same 20 minutes, or could we do 10 minutes
Oh,
over?
Yeah. I can heightened 4. Increases up to an hour.
Oh. But can you cast the spell more than once a day?
I would presume yes. Because one of them is my Rossru, and the other one's just a normal spell called Water Walk.
Okay. I think we could easily get over and back. I mean, we could take a boat if we don't want to take chances with the water walk, but I would love to go check out the fog on the other side of the river. But let's go to the house that we're going to stay in first and kind of put our stuff up.
Yeah, you head down. Check out these houses. They're nice little houses. Kind of squat little single-story houses on the edge of town. That you open up the door. Seem to be unlocked. They're halfling-sized houses. So, which is, you think that the mayor pointed them out for that reason. A little more comfortable. Furniture's a little smaller. Kind of fits you all. Ample furnishings or rooms. A little dusty inside. Probably needs to be dusted up a bit. But yeah, very livable.
Nice.
Excellent.
You set you set down your stuff. You whatever you want. Drop off what your traveling supplies. You guys probably brought Spud with you.
Oh, for sure. We would probably leave Spud here at the houses, though, and not take him across the river.
Yeah, makes sense.
Although, would we able to include Spud in the water walk? Like, that would be funny.
Oh yeah, he's a medium animal, so he can walk on the same like lily pad things.
Nice.
Cause that's what we had to do when we were running from the Stonehides.
Yeah.
That's right.
We just had to figure out some way of making him resilient against like the rampaging Saru or something. Because otherwise, the second he goes in that mist, he'd be done for pretty shortly. Depending on what's in there.
So what's the next move?
What time of day is it?
That is a good question. It actually probably is getting kind of late. It's toward dusk, or close to dusk.
So probably for today, just head to the Flustered Duck.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I think we would head to the Flustered Duck.
Yes.
I'm down.
Sounds good. You guys head over to the Flustered Duck. It's like just about the time it starts to the sun starts to change the sky, colors, and starts to set, and you start to see everybody starting to pack up. You hear like a bunch of commotion, people moving around the towns, cleaning up, packing stuff up. You see, people, heading off to their homes, standing outside talking to each other. You head to the Flustered Duck. You get there. There is a statue in the kind of like out front, like at the road, of just a duck with its wings like out, like spread out, and like a really like it's chasing somebody with its beak, beak fully open, like teeth. Like a little enlarged for emphasis. Looks like it's chasing somebody. In a full sprint, and you see the Flustered Duck written in kind of block letters carved out of wood above the door. Halflings. Several of them you see like running up to the door and kind of like roughhousing as they get inside.
Huh, this seems like the place to be right now.
Yeah.
You don't get too close to the door before you start to hear there is music playing in there. You get to the door and you open it, and it is already kicked off into high gear. Drinks are being poured like they're holding like flagons of ale that they're just kind of running across like a stream of ale, like pouring out of a keg. And just slamming them down. People are chugging. There's a full band playing instruments on a stage. People are. You see some people like yelling at each other across the bar. Some insults fly back and forth. A roll whizzes past your face and just nails somebody in the nose. A couple, fists get thrown. The halflings seem to be an extremely party hard people.
How could someone so small party so big?
It's hard to hear. It's really loud. You're ushered in. People who don't even work there grab you and usher you to a table and sit you down and start slamming drinks down in front of you before they even know your name.
Bree will drink.
You can drink as much as you want. They keep throwing them at you. Everyone introduces themselves. There's Jim and there's Bob and there's Jim Bob and Jim 2 and Jim the 3rd and Jim Jr. as well. And there's just like you're getting all these names thrown at you. Everybody's asking your name. They're all they seem to be they're extremely friendly. They they have all these songs that they'll sing where it seems like everyone in the bar knows them. Nobody seems to expect you to know them. They're just kind of like happy you're there, and it's just like a great time. Everybody's just super friendly, and even when somebody does get punched, you see those same two people like arms around each other drinking like later on.
Sometimes that's how you gotta settle beef.
Bree's gonna find what looks to be the strongest halfling in the bar and challenge them to an arm wrestling contest.
Yeah, you find this halfling he's a blacksmith apparently. You see him. You said you're going to challenge him to an arm wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
probably what actually happens is we just start talking about blacksmithing, and then at some point Bree puts her arm up
you notice this guy because he's got one big arm, and he just seems like you're like blacksmith, and he's like, yeah, you guys hit it off. You start.
I recognize that configuration of muscles.
Eventually it turns into a arm wrestling competition. People start betting on it. You have just as many people cheering you on as there are cheering him on. All right, let's see.
That's actually super shitty, considering I have a plus 17.
Yeah, you rolled an 8. It's a.
Oh, dang.
So here's the thing. You've been adventuring for a while now. You have this magical, symbiotic entity that's attached to you that's is enhancing all of your abilities and senses. This guy is a blacksmith. He's got a plus 8. I'm gonna give him an 8. Here we go. That's
an 11.
He's got an 11. You have little to no problem muscling this guy. Everybody sees you. Everybody it's like, yeah, go. You guys sit down. They're like, oh, they're so excited to see what you can do, and you just pop, put this guy's arm down no problem, and the room goes silent, and then. Everybody freaks out. People are just throwing shit. There's just stuff just going everywhere. They're just like, ah! Like no beer stays in any mug anywhere in the place. It's all over the place. People are drenched. Your
My
fur
God, I
is
wish I had that kind of energy.
your fur's matted with beer. They're like trying to towel you down afterwards. Everybody freaks out. It's crazy. They're all in awe of you guys, and it's up to you how blasted you get.
Where's Kaduka in all this? Like,
Yeah, what's Kaduka doing?
Not participating. Staying very far away.
You know,
Did Kaduka even come? Is he still in the house?
There's a good chance I'm just like standing by the door ready to leave.
there are some times you get bumped or whatever, but like they seem to notice that you're kind of like staying out of the way, and people kind of just like slip you stuff. Like they're like trying to feel you out. Like you get slipped like a plate of like, you know, one type of food, and then like another, you know, they like bring you some rolls. They bring you some, like steak bites. They bring you some potatoes. Like they're just like bringing you things. Like,
so they're very much like respectful of people that don't want to party as hard as them. Like they're not gonna force somebody into a raucous situation. They're kind of like, oh hey, you want some chips, guy?
yeah, exactly.
Nice.
I see you haven't touched your food. You must be hungry. Here's some more.
He must not like it. I gotta bring him something else. How's everybody else handling this? This environment.
Respect is
Trunks is probably
currently
doing
being-
really good.
Rispert is currently probably being tossed by the waves of the party left and right because he doesn't know how to like be like, no, I'm good. And so it's just like if they put a drink in front of him, he's like, oh, okay, I guess I have to drink this. Like, give him food. He's like, all right, I'm not really hungry, but okay. This is all overstimulation.
Yeah, it's a lot. How's Thresh doing in this environment?
Not great.
You hanging out near Kaduka?
I'm just in a dark corner somewhere. There's like a light that's
Brooding.
like burnt out, and I'm just like hiding with my hood up and shit. Just like, I hate this. I'm just like praying to God that like nobody locks eyes with me and like makes their way over.
Yeah, they kind of treat you the same as Kaduka. They just kind of bring you stuff. Yeah, these halflings are constantly trying to feed everyone and give you drinks. What about Loot? How does Loot like this kind of thing?
Loot's pretty tired. They've had a long day, so I mean, she'd be there with them, but kind of just like watching and like chilling.
Gotcha. Yeah. Does anybody have any party tricks they pull while they're here?
I don't think so.
I'll pull out a sparkler and give it to like one of the halflings. Said, light this.
He lights it. He's like, whoa! He like immediately jumps on the longest run of tables and just runs across, just kicking everybody's shit off the table.
Bree will see what that Thresh and Kaduka are kind of trying to hide, and I think she'll go up to Kaduka, because that's her brother, and cast Blur on him.
Kaduka is slightly blurry. You know, one of them says, have you ever heard of that monster guy that like, it's just like nobody's ever seen him, but like far away, right? And he's just like, he's out in the woods and like people just see him like a little bit. And like they're always just like their like eyes, are adjusting to like sunlight or something, and they're like, wow, he's just like can't really get a good look at him, right? Well, my thought is that he's actually just blurry, right? Like that, right? He's like, it's not that like, oh, I can't see him. He's like, he's just blurry. That's the way he is. And then he gets beamed in the head by like 5 different rolls.
Man, I love that story.
I saw that from Mitch Hedberg.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
Bree would probably drink steadily, but I don't think that at any point would she get drunk.
Gotcha. Does anybody get absolutely wasted?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like Rispert would be very easily pressured into, or like accidentally get wasted because he's not paying attention to all the drinks that are being placed in front of him.
Is this like, I mean, I assume this is like kind of the last thing you guys do for the day because, the party just rages on way later than you expect it to. Those of you...
We'd probably leave fairly early-ish. Like, not too late. Like Lute said, it's been a long day.
Yeah, those of you that like leave early, go back to the houses. It's like way more comfortable than sleeping out in the woods, But does anybody like pass out in the tavern?
Yeah, I think Thresh would fall asleep in the corner.
I don't think Trunks would.
I
Yep.
think that Bree would make sure that she was the last one out. So I think when she notices Thresh fall asleep, she just kind of like picks Thresh up piggyback style, carries Thresh back to the houses.
You'd probably have to do that with Rispert too. Like at some point, they'd just be face down on a table, just like like drooling.
I feel like she has Thresh over one shoulder and Rispert over the other.
Yeah. Rispert
The
isn't used to partying, so this is like very much just like overboard.
The next morning, some of you feel like total trash, and you're walking around town like squinting at the sun, and you see all these halflings that were there at the bar, and you saw them all just completely wasted, just going about their day, just like hammering nails into something or like pushing a cart and like waving at you.
How can everyone be so cheery and energetic when the sun is so loud? Like Rispert is just holding their head and like covering their eyes kind of so they don't see any of the light.
Yeah, they seem to have like an extraordinary tolerance for hangovers or something like that. So in broad terms, what kind of things are you doing next? Like what's our next goals?
I think that do we know, have we heard when the like town hall meeting is yet?
Yeah, a town hall gets held within the first couple days. Everybody in the town gets caught up. There's a lot of people that are a little annoyed at first because they got so much work to do. But everybody seems to come around when they hear what's at stake. There's a lot less panic than you would imagine. People seem to be fairly optimistic, but there's a lot of concern. There is concern about the mist. They do get a lot of people to kind of volunteer to, to start training, and doing like guard shifts. There's a lot of talk about like better outfitting, but how do we get the materials? And there's, there's a lot of questions unanswered. Everybody just, for the most part, decides that they'll obviously they're going to do their best with what they got. People are concerned about the stone hides. People are concerned about the mist. But everybody gets kind of caught up. Is there anything else you were hoping that would happen at the town hall?
Not really. Just kind of to let everybody know, get caught up, and not have to answer questions a million times.
Yeah, afterward, you get a lot of you get a lot of people thanking you, just randomly thanking you as you walk around, as people have kind of found out that you seem to have cleared the mist away and woke them back up. You get a lot of anecdotal stories from random people who stop and talk to you and tell you exactly where they were and what they were doing before and after the mist. Just a lot of small talk from people. But people are now extremely aware of who you are and what you've done.
One thing I would ask at the town hall, if anyone speaks, you said Kona?
Colo.
Kolo.
That is the language of the Knolls.
Stonehides?
The Stonehide Knolls in this case. People come by and they completely, you come back at one point and they have completely head to toe cleaned your houses. Somebody fixed the fence in the backyard, so of one of the houses, so Spud just has a place to just walk around. And
it's the first time we walk in, Rich would be like, "Oh no, somebody moved in. We can't stay here now."
They also left gift baskets. You just getting gift baskets every day.
All right. Did we find if anyone speaks Kolo? When I asked at the town hall, was there a answer to that?
Oh, there is a young woman who Kitsune with two tails and kind of a light brown fur that raises her hand kind of timidly. She was a niece of one of the farmers from one of the farmsteads that who apparently was very fluent in Kolo, but kind of tutored her on it. She says she's a little bit out of practice, but she thinks she could kind of get stuff across.
Okay. I would ask her all the questions about just if her uncle was a trader with the Stonehide, she might have some information, even if it's just anecdotal, whatever stories that her uncle told. She might have more information about how to, not just their language, but what we need to do to not be attacked by them.
Yeah, what piece thing do we have to do, a gesture, in order to keep them from running us down?
Yeah, she says, oh well, they seem more frightening than they really are. From a distance, they're kind of scary looking people, but really they're very serious. You're not going to get much jokes out of them, at least not from what I saw. But they, I would, I don't know. Pa or Uncle never said much about customs or anything. They just seemed to come by every once in a while, and they just had things they wanted to trade, and Pa just kind of treated them respectfully, and they.
What kind of things did they want from your uncle? What did he give them?
Oh, oftentimes they, Uncle, he'd keep after he found out kind of what they liked, he would keep like ingots, like metal ingots. I guess they're not much of miners, and they just they do a lot of trapping, they do a lot of hunting, but they were, they got their medals from us. Was one of the big things. Also, just like they'd take Saru, if there was like Saru for trade, they take that. They take tools, saddles. They did like, it seemed to like our saddles.
Okay.
They use but they have a lot of horse stuff. They do a lot of stuff with horses.
Okay. Would you be willing to come with us to translate, to speak to the Stonehide and to see if we can negotiate a truce or some kind of trading things, so that we can it'll assure that they have nothing to fear from them?
Yeah, I suppose I could do that. It seems kind of scary, if I'm going to be honest.
We'll be there. We're stronger than we look, and we look pretty strong.
Yeah, no doubt. But all right, well, I mean, sure. I'm Ranka, by the way.
It's nice to meet you, Renka.
Well, she tells you where she lives. And she says, you just come on by and let me know, and I'll when we're heading out, and I'll get my stuff ready.
All right, thank you. And then I would discuss, do we want to go to deal with the Stoneheids first, or do we want to try to walk across the river and investigate the mist first?
Probably Stoneheads.
Okay. So probably like maybe that day, depending on what time of day the town hall was, we would go and get Renka.
Yeah.
Or maybe the next day. By the way, every time we're not doing something else, Bree is reading books at Elowin's.
Gotcha.
Maybe we should head around to if they've got like a market or something, to see if we can pick up some of those like goods that the Kolo are interested in, just to kind of take a few things to kind of maybe lay out on the ground when we're trying to negotiate with them. Just be like, hey, here, these are in good faith, don't kill us. Let's talk.
That's a great idea.
I love it.
That's a great idea.
Show that we understand that they like some of the things that we can bring to them.
Yeah, it looks like you put in like some thought, they upon going to the the merchant center and talking to people and trying to get this stuff together, they kind of get some stuff together, and they kind of give you a package of small crates worth of stuff to offer.
A Kolo care package.
A Kolo care package.
Nice.
Love it. Yeah. So you got that. Anything else? You ever go back to Elowin at night?
Oh,
for
yes.
Sprit? Who goes with Risprit for that? Or Risprit, do you even tell them when you go?
Considering we're in like a bigger town now, I think Risper would be in the habit of just being like, "Hey, I'm going over here to do these things now," instead of just disappearing.
Makes sense. Does anybody go with Risprit to see Elowin?
I would ask him if he
Yeah.
wanted me to go.
Yeah, I did the same.
You're welcome to come with.
Or I might have even already been there. Like I said, I'm spending a
Yeah.
lot of time reading at Elowin, so I'm probably
You might have
just
already
there
been
when he
heading
shows up.
over. Yeah.
Chunks
I
is
go
standing
with
guard at the
Risprit.
house.
Great.
Okay.
Or I guess, okay, cool. You guys go over to Elowin's, and you walk in. Doesn't seem to be anyone in there at the moment. A little bit of investigation. You see her in the backyard, back behind her house. And when you join her out there, she is finishing up casting a spell. Her arms kind of wave slowly around her head, and her eyes lift up to the sky. You see like a mote of light leave her palm and kind of drift upwards into the sky, probably hundreds of feet before it's too faint for you to be able to see. And the stars themselves seem to kind of blink a little bit, like shimmer, like seems to be some kind of reaction amongst the stars themselves as she kind of stands there and just takes it in.
Do you control the stars?
No, but I did pick up a spell at one point that allows I can if I cast this spell, then a person that I'm thinking about, if they were to look up in the sky, the night sky, the stars would guide them to me.
Oh. That's very
I
sweet.
do that every night. Hoping
Well,
that...
Hope they're looking.
Yes. But yes, thanks for coming by. Let's see if we can figure out what's up with this tea kettle.
Oh, yes.
She says, can you do me a favor and grab all the wood over there and build a bonfire right there? Just, you don't have to light it. Just, set them up how you would.
Okay. Yeah, Risper to get to work on that.
She sits down. She kind of watches anybody that does that. She waits for you to be finished, and she says, "Thank you." And then she waves her hand, and the bonfire ignites pretty quickly. Just seems to, and there's just like this kind of roaring bonfire now that's giving off quite a bit of heat. And she says, okay. Can I see the tea kettle again?
Yeah, Risper hands her the tea kettle.
She focuses on it, and she turns so that the bonfire is the backdrop to her looking at this tea kettle as her hands start to shake and her eyes go white, shining with light. And as she shakes, you smell the burning sensation. She breathes heavy. Smoke starts to kind of come out of her mouth. The sweat that starts to accumulate on her starts steaming off as as she starts to turn kind of a reddish color, like she's getting a sunburn.
Oh.
And after a while, she takes a deep breath as it all subsides suddenly, and the bonfire kind of like dips down a little bit in intensity, and she coughs. She coughs like black smoke, like it comes out.
Whoa.
Says, "Oh, please, take the tea kettle."
Are you also in tune with fire?
One moment. She waves her hands, and as she waves her hands alight with like a green. It starts out green, but it actually kind of goes through like a few different colors as it kind of cycles through like a multicolored like flame, and she like holds it to her chest as it it kind of seeps into her chest, and you see like all of her veins kind of light up with this luminescence that slowly dips down. She goes, "Oh, whew. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to actually do that."
That does seem very. It seems like it takes a lot out of you.
It used to, well, it's always hurt about that bad, but my tolerance for it grows less and less as I get older. But yes, I have a very strong connection to fire. It is my boon, it is my gift, and it is my curse.
Oh.
She says, "Your tea kettle. I saw a vision.
Oh.
I saw a vision of two children. A girl with blue eyes and a boy with red eyes. And they came to me in this vision. And the one with blue eyes walked to the northeast, to the land of dwarves. And the boy with red eyes walked to the west and into the ocean off of the short coast."
Huh. And you got all that from the tea kettle?
Yes, I can't exactly tell, what that means. My oracular visions have never been, well, by their nature, they don't give us all the answers. They are often cryptic. I notice your one red eye and one blue eye. I imagine maybe this makes more sense to you than it does me. But it seems these two children, well, they went to the Kazrandar Union, and they went to the Short Coast. I imagine you might find more clues there.
It's definitely insightful, but also gives me many questions. What? Still wonder why my parents would have had this.
If I recall, your parents found it on some kind of expedition that they went on. They were explorers, were they not?
Maybe before I was born.
Oh, I see. I take it you didn't get to know them very well,
No,
or at all.
we were very young when my parents died.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Mm.
The I can't tell you much other than maybe to check those places for more clues. Fate
Yes.
seems to want you to go there.
Yeah, there's been a lot of interesting tides of fate pulling us in different directions as of late.
Fate, the gods' will. They are all intertwined. It's hard to see where one ends and the other begins. But I'm sure the gods will be with you and your Saru.
We definitely are best prepared to make such a journey now more than ever.
Well, I wish you the best. But for now, it is late and I must be going to sleep. Could you put out that bonfire for me, if you would?
Oh yeah, like Rispert kind of just channels and like blasts like water over it.
Efficient. You didn't even have to go get any water. You made your own.
Oh, yeah, we can do things like that.
I had a feeling you give off that energy. You know, I wasn't sure if it was coming from your Rasaru or from you yourself.
Oh yeah, the Saru helps, but like Leviathan helps us with that, but we're capable of well, a couple different things, and then like Rispert relights the bonfire.
Impressive. Especially since it was just wet.
Yeah, there's like steam. Yeah, like Rispert put it out again and just be like, okay, enough with the parlor tricks.
I will see you all later. And she, I bid you good night. And she goes inside, and you guys go off to do what you're doing for the rest of the night. You know, if you visit, like, there's several different taverns. The taverns all over the city. Some do kind of cater like heavily to humans, to kitsune. There's one that's actually like a burrow underground that is a kitsune tavern that they is very naturey. You know, like the you know, kind of like druidic, like roots that like were grown out of the ground into the shape of you know, chairs and tables. You know, a lot of the human taverns are a lot more subdued. You know, it's just like some very tired, overworked humans just trying to chill and have you know, have a couple drinks and some food before going down for the night. But yeah, as you get to know like the town, kind of set things up. If you communicate back with Rakina, they definitely they start making plans. Everybody, you know, as you communicate back and forth, Everybody's super excited that there's more people out there. Pretty much within a few days, like people are already planning on making trips to Activeshire. Same from Chlornon. Gnomes, more gnomes actually, even than even rat folk are looking to get out of Chlornon. The same way that they were looking to get out of Chlornon to get to Reckonon and visit that as well.
Oh my god. I just thought of something.
What's that?
Imagine how chaotic the raves are going to be when the gnomes get here.
Oh man.
They bring their technology and just have like a pop-up rave.
I'm scared.
There may be a body count at that one. Just a raucous like party that goes way too damn hard.
Yeah, so but the next major plans are to explore across the river. Is that correct?
I think so.
We're going to be going back to our roots of exploring across the water into the danger.
That's true. What an interesting
wow.
analogy. Yeah, it's very analogous.
We're gonna do Stonehide first, right?
Oh, you're going to Stonehide first before you check across the river?
Oh,
I think
right.
We decided that, yeah.
Yeah, because it
Gotcha.
felt kind of pressing. Like, we don't know if maybe they'll noticing that we're here or there's activity over here, come looking. So we kind of want to make sure that we don't come back to an on-fire town when we come back across the water.
Gotcha. What time of day do you take off from Activeshire to head out east?
Probably should do morning, right? So when we get there, it's like plenty of daylight. So they don't just see a bunch of like suspicious movement in the dark and then come at us like we're invaders. So our intentions can be very clear.
Yeah, I agree.
Makes sense.
Also, if it's midday or like when we get there, if it's still like daylight, we could probably make a fire so we can draw their attention if we don't know exactly where they are, like a smoke trail.
Gotcha. Yeah, you've seen them pretty close to town, so you don't imagine you're gonna have to go very far unless they just straight up left. But you head a little bit out of town, about an hour, and you find a nice big hill. Saeed says, yeah, that like fire idea, that was pretty neat. Then we don't have to walk so far if we like maybe, let's try that.
It hopefully should draw their attention and not for any bad reasons.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea, and we can be prepared and on guard. Bree would definitely have her shield up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you start this big fire, and smoke going up in the air, making a bit of a signal. It isn't very long, a couple hours before you see mounted gnolls on a hill in the distance. And as they kind of come up over the hill, they stop and they kind of just look. And
When they're looking at us, like Risper's gonna start like kind of waving arms, like trying to seem friendly.
Probably like take the stuff out that we got for them and kind of like put it forward and then put it on the ground and step back, maybe.
Like lay out a sheet or something with all the
Yeah.
stuff laid out on it, so it's obvious that we sat down something in front of us towards them from a distance.
Yeah, you see them looking at you from a distance. There seems to be some discussion, and then three of them break off from the rest of the group and start riding in your direction.
Well, that's better than war horns, at least.
We do have Renka with us, by the way.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Is Renka like commenting on like any of the behaviors we're doing or anything? Like, don't do that. Stop
No,
doing
she-
that. Like,
She says,
that's really mean.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they. I imagine they. I mean, they don't look threatening at the moment.
they do look really big from even far away, don't they?
I would make sure that I'm standing right next to Renka and ready to defend her should anything happen.
Yeah, she like clings on to you, like she's like clinging on to you like for comfort, but like it's kind of awkward because she's like twice your height. And she's kind of like got one of your arms is up kind of like this, and she's like down like her arms are hooked under yours.
It's like trying to self-soothe by like holding this like smaller person's arm like up, like, oh, you'll protect me, right?
At one point, she turns into a fox, and then she just kind of hides behind your legs. And with that, we'll call it for the night. With the stone hide incoming.
See how that goes.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Man, hope you had fun. I dumped a lot of lore on you. I hope lore can be fun. I think at times. Party with the halflings. Saw some oracle visions. Learned some Saru stuff.
Yeah.
The non-combat episodes are the ones that I have to write the most notes for.
It's definitely like it's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's very something heavy. It's just like info heavy, so it's like constantly like, okay, yeah, there's that, and I'm like, wait, what, this one? No, yeah, that thing. So I'm like, half the time when I'm commenting, I'm just trying to like put some association to it, so I don't forget like half of the information.
Gotta remember who knows what.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes I'm like trying to remember what I've told you guys, what you guys know. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys had fun. Look forward to doing it again. Hopefully, when I'm not like so like exhausted from night shift.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool. Bye stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye,
Oh yeah,
stream.
bye, sure.
Bye.
Mushroom.